Hello, YouTube. Trying to figure out how to start this discussion. It's at work on my lunch and saw a new trailer dropped. And before we get into that, I just want to say, out of all the French genre shows that I'm a big fan of, genres actually, not genre shows, but I'm a huge fan of fantasy, sci-fi, preferably mechs. Trying to think of this. I'm a fan of a lot, but one of the things that I'm very fond of is horror movies. I love horror movies. Actually, this October I'm thinking of doing all horror movie Saturdays and stuff on my Twitch and things like that, and playing some horror games, even though I'm awful at horror video games, but that's neither here nor there. One of my favorite horror movie franchises is actually my personal favorite is Nightmare on Elm Street. I just like it the best. But my second favorite is Hellraiser. And I liked Hellraiser because of the world building. After the second, well, you could say the third one kind of still followed through with everything, but I personally think the second one was the final good one, and they all kind of went downhill from there. And but they were always very campy. They were very fun, and they had a set of rules. And I think the second one, and I give praise to the third one because they built on this set of rules that we're about to go into. So we know the main villain of Hellraiser. Well, villain, antagonist, something of that nature. Pinhead is a guy. And the reason you know he's a guy is because in the second one, it establishes that the Cenobites used to be humans. And they go to their homeworld, which it's been a little while since I've watched the movies. I need to watch them again. But their home dimension, which is Leviathan, and their god is Leviathan. And Leviathan turns them into the Cenobites, which are hellish creatures. Kind of nightmarish ghouls of some sort. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe them. The way they describe them, angels to some, demons to others, I think is the best way to describe it, because they're not really Lovecraftian, but they're kind of nightmarish horror icons. But today, the new trailer for the upcoming iteration of Hellraiser dropped. To be perfectly clear, I kind of like how they look. I like how the Cenobites look. I think it looks very appealing. And there is... my criticism can be easily solved in two ways. But we kind of have to go into my issue. And I'm just gonna get this all set up. My big issue, it's right here. I'm gonna leave that in. I think it gives me character. If you can see it, Pinhead is now a lady. And if you come over here, a female antagonist and protagonist could revigorate the Hellraiser formula. See, here she is again. She will be played by Jamie Clayton, which will mark the first instance a woman taking on the role in history of the franchise. This makes sense given the fact that the film, though is technically a reboot, is technically a reboot, will not be an exact remake. Okay, so I didn't see that part. Because I keep getting told that it's a sequel. So I was looking this up. So this can work. But we're going to keep building on this. And by the way, Jamie Clayton, she looks to be an interesting person. Don't know much of her work. She's been in Sense8, The L Word. I don't really care. Apparently Sense8 kind of went downhill, but I'm neither here nor there. But you come over here to this. Hellraiser's original terror, Doug Brandy, this Hellraiser, my personal favorite Pinhead, weighs in on Reboot's new Pinhead. Everything about Hellraiser has always been transgressive, says Clive Barker's fearsome first Cenobite. And through this article, if I can find it, well, I can't find it off right now, but he says that his character Pinhead was always like amorphous, and hell, he literally in the article he wore a skirt. But here's the problem. Like I said at the beginning, they established rules in the series. Now, again, a lot of my criticisms right here with it saying it's a reboot, that can wipe away a lot of the criticisms, and I can watch this movie standing on its own. But when you come to some of these other articles where it's saying, oh, it's a sequel, it's another continuation of the story, you can't have that. And with this, Doug, I loved you as Pinhead. The problem is Pinhead wasn't originally a dude. His whole story, though we don't dive fully into it, we learn about who Pinhead was prior to becoming Pinhead in the second movie. He was a former British soldier. He found the box. He opened the box. He was transported to Leviathan, and there at Leviathan he was tortured, utterly turned into Pinhead, and became one of the Cenobites. So, when I thought, granted, a lot of this was built on the fact that I thought this was a sequel. But let's say if it was a sequel. No longer a criticism. Let's say it was. You would have to complete there, and there's a way to fix it. And I'll say it. All you'd have to do is say this is a brand new Pinhead. Wipe it away. You got it. It cannot be the same Pinhead, because Pinhead, again, was a dude. Was not amorphous. He was once a living, breathing human. And to deny that kind of destroys the whole world. Because, and we'll go into the third one. A little more campy. You see Pinhead, and again, this new powers don't really like it. But he's going around changing people into Cenobites all willy-nilly, but they never change from being male to female. They just became Cenobites, which are beings. So this would have to be a brand new character. But again, because I see that it's a reboot and will not be an exact remake, I don't have a huge problem with it. They can easily explain it, very easily, and I will judge the movie based on what I see. For right now, though, seeing things like this, seeing that maybe making Pinhead a female is the right choice, I do not know how it will fare. I'll review it, and I'll let you guys know. So with that out of the way, and my little oopsie going up on YouTube, which I'm admitting I made a mistake. Let's see how this movie goes. Again, all in all, I think when I was watching the trailer, I think I'm conflicted, but I like the look of the box. I think they can make this work. I like the look of these Cenobites, and it's just, I need to know how they're going to handle Pinhead. So, until next time, bye for now. I'm quickly putting this in at the end of the video. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, share it out with your friends. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Rumbles, whatever. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 21st of September. Yes, September. I will be on Renaissance Nerds channel, and we will be just doing Anime Odyssey together, and we'll be discussing Ghost Stories, that fun little anime. So come check it out. I'll put a link to his channel in the description down below, and follow me on Twitter because I'll put the link out there as well when I'm about to go live. So, yep, bye for now.